Welcome to another Dwarf Fortress video. I'm BasedBellagio. Today I'd like to start a new series about the lore of Dwarf Fortress and talk about the general races and species of the game and give you information that's kind of boiled down and condensed because every game is slightly different and one species can act a little different in every game. Today's episode will be about the Elves. The community sees the Elves as stuck-up hippies, self-righteous, and the Elves see themselves and nature above everything. They are considered a protagonist race, but they can be enemies of your dwarves and other humans, and they usually tend to be enemies of the goblins or other evil races. Above all else, they care about not harming nature, trees especially, and they will impose quotas on your civilization to prevent you from cutting down too many trees. And for being such a goody two-shoe civilization, Elves themselves are one of the only races in the game that consumes their enemies, which is pretty hardcore. Elves are also immortal, and in Dwarf Fortress, immortal only means that time and age will not harm the creature and will not kill it. So you might have legendary historic figures that have lived from the beginning of your world with creatures like elves and goblins. And some of these creatures might fight for hundreds and thousands of years in battle. They will only die to violence or disease. When interacting with elves, you want to be very careful not to have anything of wood offered, from barrels to trinkets to even wood decorated other items. Maybe you make a metal chest, coffer, or cabinet, and if it gets accidentally decorated with wood, that item will now be upsetting to the elves. It might even anger them to the point of declaring war on your nation. The good thing is, if elves are angered while you're playing Fortress mode and you are invaded, they do not have the technological means to wage heavy warfare. They grow their weapons out of wood, sometimes glass. They don't really wear armors, very crude armor. And their only deciding factor in warfare is their vast numbers. Elves have huge amounts of numbers to dwarves, maybe 100 to 1. For every one dwarf you have, there might be 100 elves. And in world generation, this can be a problem because elves sometimes overtake other civilizations due to their extreme numbers. The elf wave sometimes happens. Above all else, elves hate goblins. And 9 out of 10 times, elves will ally with you or other humans to fight goblins. Elves will sometimes mount elephants or other exotic animals, like unicorns, when they're invading or attacking you. This will bring an advantage to their side way more than sheer numbers or wooden swords. When trading with elves, they will take anything made out of rock. Even petrified wood is considered a rock, so they will take that. And what they will offer you in return is grown logs sometimes, various fruits and vegetables and good ingredients to make booze or seeds. They will sell you wooden things, wooden containers, buckets, barrels. All could be very useful if you don't live in a biome that has wood. They will bring you clay and sand, various ropes and bags, but the most prominent thing you're looking out for from a elfish caravan is their animals. They will either bring you great animals, crazy exotic creatures, from elephants to little lizards that'll make your dwarves happy, to completely pointless animals, like hamsters that will eat all your food. But you want to keep an eye out for their animals when they come to town. They also have good crafted goods such as toys, cups, various other crafts. But I don't think you'll make a priority of trading that stuff because your dwarves are much better craftsmen. Elves build their cities in what they call retreats, in forested regions, and they tend to spread out quite vastly, even outside of the forest area, spilling through the trees sometimes. But they mainly stick to wooded areas. And finally, elves do not worship deities. Their religion predates the history of worlds, and they worship forces of nature in the forest. And compared to other civilizations, they will settle in high savage regions more so than not, whereas humans and dwarves will tend to stay away from these regions. Elves are a very unique race in Dwarf Fortress, and they are a major defense against the forces of evil through goblins when demons take over areas and raise goblin armies. Elves will also be a thorn in your side if you have a leader in a region who imposes quotas on you to not cut down the forests, not harvest wood. But if you become enemies with elves, besides their sheer numbers and a few exotic creatures from here to there, you will be able to destroy them. One armored dwarf can destroy 20 to 30 elves easily, plus all your traps. They stand no chance. Let me know what you think of the video. Comment down below. If you like these videos, hit that thumbs up. It'll let me know and I'll make more of them. And I appreciate it. We are not sponsored on this channel. You, the viewer, by liking the video and sharing it, help out tremendously. And I appreciate it. Thank you for watching.